So all of you observe the problem. A cantilever shaft, 50 mm dia and 300 mm long, has a disc of mass 100 kg at its free end. The Young's modulus of the shaft material is 200 giganewton per meter square. Determine the frequency of longitudinal and transverse vibrations of the shaft. So now we write the our given values. So small d is there, shaft is there, shaft small d, okay, diameter small d is the 50 mm and L is the 300 mm. So 0, okay, 300 mm 0.03 meters, and mass of the disc is 100 kg, m equals to 100 kg, and capital E equals to 200 giganewton per meter square, just converted into newton per meter square. So that is the 200 into 10 power 9 newton per meter square. So now going to find out the our static deflection. So first we will find out the our, okay, area of the cross section of the shaft, cross sectional area of the shaft. So area of the shaft, cross sectional area of the shaft, so that is the pi by 4 d square, already known. So pi by 4 into d value is there, just all of you observe that. So just substituted the d value in our equation, then simply to get the a. And now moment of inertia of the shaft, so that is also very important, moment of inertia. So I equals to pi by 64 d power 4. So just substituted the d value in our equation, then simply to get the value of 0.3 into, okay, 10 power minus 6 meter power 4. So now going to find the our static deflection. Static deflection. So static deflection of the shaft. Okay, so which type of shaft is there? That is the cantilever. Cantilever. Sorry, which type of beam? So that is the cantilever beam. So the delta value is, okay, static deflection of cantilever beam. Delta equals to WL by AE. WL by AE. So WL by AE. Now, so W value is there 100 and okay, that is converted into newtons, 9.81 into 0.3 by A value is the 1.96 into 10 power minus 3 into 200 into 10 power 9. So that is the our, when we make the calculation, so then simply to get the value, so that is the 0.751 into 10 power minus 6 meters. So that is the static deflection for longitudinal vibrations, for longitudinal vibrations. Now coming to the our frequency of longitudinal vibration, what is the formula is there? So that is the Fn equals to 0.4985 by root delta, okay, 0.4985 by root delta. So that equals to just substituted the delta value in our equation, so then the value will come 575 edges. How much? 575 edges. And now going to find the our transverse vibration. While we take the, okay, the type of vibration is transverse. So then the static deflection is also changing here. So that is the WL cube by 3EI. The formula is WL cube by 3EI. So then substituted the okay, those values in this equation. So then when we make the calculation, then simply to get that, the value will come 0.147 into 10 power minus 3 meters. 0.147 into 10 power minus 3 meters. So that is the our static deflection. Now that value is substituted in our frequency. So frequency formula is the 0.4985 by root delta. So 0.49 by square root of 0.147 into 10 power minus 3. When we make the calculation, then simply to get 41 hertz. Okay, so that is the natural frequency of transverse vibration. Okay, and before one is the frequency of longitudinal vibration. So those two are calculated. Okay, in this problem. Just observe that. The next topic, effect of inertia of the constraint in longitudinal and transverse vibrations. Effect of the inertia of the constraint in longitudinal and transverse vibrations. So here, what is the small difference between the this one to in earlier one? So that is the longitudinal transverse, both vibrations again we are calculating now. So but the thing is, effect of inertia of the constraint additionally to adding with the spring mass, sorry, shaft mass also. Okay, in earlier case, what we have done in earlier derivations, those are neglecting the shaft mass. Okay, neglecting the shaft mass or spring mass. So then simply to calculate the values. But here they may also now going to take the longitudinal vibration. So in this, consider the constraint whose one end is fixed and another end is the free. Just observe the diagram. So let us take the cantilever beam. So one end is fixed and another end is the and another end is considered as the our some mass. So in this, when we uh, when we consider the mass of the shaft, so then how to find out the our natural frequency? Okay, so just all of you observe that, and here in our shaft they may also consider as the only one strip. Just they will take the one small strip in our shaft. Okay, so that strip length value is the delta x, and that is placed to the from the free end, sorry, from the fixed end, that is the x distance, and total length of the shaft is l, and other end is carrying, free end is carrying to the some mass, that is the small m. So those are the values are there for our cantilever shaft, cantilever beam. So now all of you observe that for me, symbol notations. M1 is the mass of the constraint per unit length. M1, M1 is the mass of the constraint. So this is the our M1 is the mass of the constraint per unit length, and L is the length of the constraint. Okay, so this is the L, and MC is the total mass of the constraint. So total mass of the shaft or constraint. So that is the M1L, and V is also there. V is the longitudinal velocity of the free end. V is the longitudinal velocity of the free end. Longitudinal velocity. So now observe that, consider a small element of the constraint. So consider a small element of the constraint at a distance x from the fixed end of the fixed end, and their length is delta x, and their and their length is the delta x. So now going to find the that constraint velocity value, velocity of the small element, velocity of the constraint. So velocity of the constraint value is how much? So that is the x by L into V. How we write the value? How we write the value? Write the value. So just observe that x by L into V. So at the end of the at the end of the okay at the end of the session, Audible. Okay, longitudinal vibration, effect of inertia of the constraint for longitudinal vibration. So
ఓన్లీ మెకానికల్ కేసు చూసారా అది నాకు పెట్టండి
consider a small element of the constraint at a distance x from the fixed end, and the length and their length is delta x. So how we get the value of a velocity of the small element? So x by l into v. Why? Because when it will when it has maintained to the some distance from the fixed end, so that velocity is considered as the capital V. So then and that place velocity is the capital V, and their distance is x. So velocity of the small element x. Okay, are you audible? So listen. Capital V by x equals to small v by yeah. So why? Because just compare the lines. So just compare the lines of the shaft. So that means one end is fixed, so and the last other end is free to move. So that means what we have the gap between the our fixed end to the our last end, other end. So other end is freely to translate from one place to another place, compare with the fixed end, compare with the fixed end particles. Okay, so let us take here just you will find out the particle velocity values. So that particle velocity value is the which is nearer to the our fixed end, that may have only less velocity, and which is going to far away from the fixed end, that is having the more velocity compare with the nearer elements. So from that they may write here velocity of the small element equals to, so that is the small element velocity capital V, just let us take that, and their distance is small x, and end of the end of the shaft value is the velocity is the small v, and their length is l. So when we compare both the lines, so then capital V equals to x by l into v. So that is the value. And when we know the velocity of the small element, then we find the then we find the kinetic energy by the element. So kinetic energy, what is the formula is there? So the kinetic energy formula is the our half into mv square. So in this, mass value is the how much? So mass is the small element. Okay, small element consideration. So half into mass is the small m1 into delta x. Why? Because strip mass value is the okay strip point of view. Okay, strip mass is the small m1 and their length is delta x. So m1l generally to take that m1l, but here only consider as the small element mass. So that is the m1 into delta x, and velocity value recently to find. So that is the x by l into v whole square. So when we okay simplify the equation, so that value is the m1 v square x square by 2l square into delta x. So that is the our kinetic energy by the element. Now going to find the total kinetic energy possessed by the total kinetic energy possessed by the constraint. So for getting the total kinetic energy of the shaft, so just make the integration of the our earlier one. So the okay limits are also there. Those limits are the 0 to l. So when we integrate the our earlier equation with the limits of 0 to l, so then simply to get the total kinetic energy of the our shaft or constraint. So that is the m1 v square x square by 2l square into dx. So that equals to what are the okay uh, terms are there, those are okay constant terms are there, those are taken out from the equation. So that is the m1 into v square by 2l square into integral of this x square dx. X square dx integration is the x cube by 3, just okay x cube by 3 into limits of 0 to l. And now when we okay when we substituted the l value, so then the values are m1 v1 m1 v square by 2l square into l cube by 3. So that equals to half into m1 v square into okay l by 3. So when we write that, so half into m1 l by 3, half into m1 l1 by m1 l by 3 into v square. So now it seems to be similar, that is the our kinetic energy of the constraint. So in this, generally we take the mass value is m, but m is replacing here with that mc by 3. M is replacing with mc by 3. So mc means total mass of the constraint. Okay, so that is replacing here. So that's why, so if mass of okay if mc by 3 is placed at the free end, so then their uh, total kinetic energy of the constant value is the half into mc by 3 into v square. So now when we write the our natural frequency of longitudinal vibration, so that is the what is the formula is there, 1 by 2 pi into 1 by 2 pi into square root of s by m. So here just replacing here, that is the 1 by 2 pi into square root of s by m plus mc by 3 to be adding here. So that is the term, what is the new term is attaining, so the term will be adding here. So m plus small m plus mc by 3. Okay, so that is the our natural frequency of longitudinal vibration. Now Now all of you observe that for transverse vibration, for transverse vibration, consider a constraint whose one end is fixed and other end is free as shown. Just all of you observe the diagram. Just all of you observe the diagram. Okay, so that arrangement is okay, different arrangement is different here. So that is the cantilever beam. How we fixing the cantilever beam, just all of you observe that horizontal position they may also place it. So one end is fixed here and another end is carrying some weight. And now constraint, okay, small element is also considered from the distance of x, and their length is the delta x, and total length of the shaft is the small l, and v is also velocity of the our okay shaft, transverse velocity of the free end. And now all of you observe that consider a small element of the constraint at a distance x from the fixed end, then the small element of the velocity value is here, just all of you observe that 3l x square minus x cube by 2l cube into v. So that is the our velocity here. So how we write the our velocity value is this one. So that is when you made the okay derivation of static deflection. So from that static deflection values, okay, they may also take the our slope of the our particular session. Okay, so just at the this place at the x distance, they may also find out their slope, and their slope is also okay will be written here. The slope will be written here. So how much of slope is there, just they may also same compare with the both the values. That is the our uh, capital V by okay capital V by capital X equals to okay their slope value. So total slope of this value, okay, so that slope value is the 3l x square minus x cube by 2l cube, okay, V by this total term. So small v by 2l cube by 3l x square minus x cube term is there. So that is the slope of the cantilever beam while we arranging the this way. Okay. So when we know the our small element velocity, so then that is substituted in our kinetic energy of the element. So that is the half into m1 delta x into 3l x square minus x cube 2l cube into v whole square. So now for now we are find out the our total kinetic energy value. Now we are find out the total kinetic energy. So how to find out the total kinetic energy of the constraint or shaft? So when we make the integration of the in the earlier equation with the limits of 0 to L, then simply to find out the total kinetic energy of the constraint. So just you are integrating the this term. So that is the 1 by 2 into m1 into 3l x square minus x cube by 2l cube into v whole square dx. So in this constant terms are taken out from the equation, and the remaining terms are those are 3l x square minus x cube. Those are the our terms. So when we make the our integration, so that the values are 9l square x power 4 minus 6l x power 5 plus x square x power 6, okay, into dx. Why? Because a minus b whole square formula is there, so that is substituted here. So now after the substitution of a plus b whole square, then they may also integrating the term. So then the values are 9l square x power 5 by 5 minus 6l x power 6 by 6 plus x power 7 by 7. Now when we make the integration of the particular part, so then the equation will come nearly 1 by 2 into 33 by 140 m1l v square, m1l v square. So m1l means this is the mc, it may also written as mc. So m1 into l equals to mc. So then what is the difference between the our okay general kinetic energy to this one? So that is the our 33 by 140 into mc is there. So just okay our m is replacing with 33 by 140 mc. So again we may also write the natural frequency of transverse vibration. So that is the fn equals to 1 by 2 pi into square root of s by m plus 33 mc by 140. Okay. So that is the our natural frequency for long transverse vibration. When we consider the shaft mass, when we consider the effect, okay, mass of the shaft, so that is the formula is here.